Hey everyone, let's learn about classes and object orientation. They're just the basics of those. We have one more video that just have a detailed version of it. So as we know, classes are at the heart of how we structure and organize code in larger applications. By the end of this video, we'll understand of classes, attributes, methods, inheritance, and properties. So, a class is basically a blueprint of creating the object. It defines the structure and the behavior of it. So, for example, we can just to understand in a normal way, we can see like we can just say that in a physical world, we can say that a car is a class, okay, and whatever the models or the company or the brand name, they are called like its behavior or the methods, okay. So that's what. So just to see an example, we just have a small piece of code to run and we'll understand it. Here, see, we have defined a class name called person and we are giving it a constructor like self comma name, and then self dot name is equal to name, and p for person we are defining the values here, and when we say p dot name it will print as ls. So what are class attributes? Class attributes are shared across all the instances defined directly inside the class and outside the methods. So, for example, in this, if we say like class car wheels is equal to 4, okay, we are defining at the starting of the class, okay. So, this is going to get applied to whatever the functions it has inside the class. So, C1 is equal to car, and C1 and C2 share the same wheel attributes. If we change car dot wheels, it affects all instances because attributes belongs to the class and not the individual. Similarly, we have like in the wheel we have like a static method. So what is a static method? So static method is just a regular function that logically ties it to class but doesn't access the class, doesn't access any instance self or cls of that particular object, okay. So we can just see one of the examples here. So how do we define a static class is that we have to have this keyword while defining it, like add static method. So the Python knows that we are like defining a static method. They are useful when for utility functions related to class purposes like formatting, calculations, or validations without depending on object state. So what are class methods? Let's see how. So class method on the other hand receives a class itself as the first arguments, usually called as CLS. They are great for alternative constructors or modifying class level data. Static method with inheritance. Static method don't depend on the class or instances, but they can still be inherited. So what is an inheritance? Inheritance means that we can have another class, a child class, and it can inherit data and the behavior from a parent class. Okay. So this is what it means for inheritance. So what are properties? Properties allows you to control attribute access without changing how it's being used. So let's see. So let's recap. Classes are blueprints for creating structured, reusable code. Class attributes are shared instance attributes are unique. Static methods are for utilities. Class methods are class away. Thanks for watching this video.